They may look like house cats, but these beige beauties are the only cat to live predominantly in the desert.
The desert doesn't forgive. By day, it scorches skin from bone. By night, it freezes the breath in your lungs. Here, life doesn't bloom. It hides, adapts, and waits. Yet, in 2015, deep in Morocco's emptiest sand, a camera trap revealed something scientists had never seen before. Wild-born sandcat kittens, alive and thriving in a land that kills nearly everything else. A land that doesn't forgive. Across North Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and parts of Central Asia, the desert stretches for thousands of miles. Vast, bare, and brutally indifferent. Here, dunes shift like oceans. Winds slice through the air at dusk, and temperatures swing from searing heat to icy cold in a single night. Rain is rare, shade is scarcer, and most mammals, no matter how hardy, are quickly driven to exhaustion or death. This is not just a hostile climate, it's a proving ground where only the most perfectly adapted forms of life endure. Even apex predators avoid these regions, finding little prey, no cover, and nowhere to escape the elements. Food sources are sparse, often buried or camouflaged, and water exists in trace amounts. For most animals, survival here would mean clinging to life on the edge of constant failure. Yet, something does thrive here, not in spite of the conditions, but because of them. In this barren wilderness, one small feline has turned the desert's cruelty into its greatest ally. It moves in silence, leaves no trail, and endures what few others can. To understand the sandcat's story, we must first understand just how impossible this land truly is. The cat that nature engineered for extremes. The sandcat is not a desert survivor by chance. It is nature's deliberate answer to a brutal question. How do you thrive in a place built to kill? With a body scarcely larger than a domestic kitten, it conceals an arsenal of evolutionary adaptations tuned perfectly for the desert's violence. Its fur is dense and pale, not just for warmth on freezing nights, but to deflect the sun's punishing rays by day. Thick hair lines the soles of its feet, insulating delicate pads from the searing ground, while erasing footprints entirely. On these fur-covered paws, the cat moves like vapor across dunes, untethered by the terrain that slows everything else. Its head appears oversized, with disproportionately large ears that are angled outward and downward, an audio engineering marvel. These ears channel the faintest vibrations of movement underground, helping the sandcat pinpoint prey that hasn't yet surfaced. Inside, dense white fur shields the canals from windblown grit, allowing the cat to hunt in sandstorms as easily as in silence. It's not just built to survive, it's built to vanish. Its flattened head, low posture, and dust-colored coat let it disappear against the terrain, even in full view. Biologists often describe it as invisible in plain sight, a predator sculpted not for dominance, but for undetected precision. A ghost in the sand. When night falls and the desert cools, the sandcat emerges, not with the grace of a showy predator, but with the silence of a shadow. It crouches low at the mouth of its burrow, ears pivoting in slow arcs, studying the wind. For up to 15 minutes it waits, motionless, calculating the safest moment to move. Then it slips forward, hugging the ground, a near crawl designed not to startle or be seen. The desert offers no cover, so invisibility is a necessity. The sandcat's gait is so soft that it's almost soundless. It travels as much as 10 kilometers in a single night, weaving across a kill zone of snakes, hawks, and jackals, all without leaving a single footprint behind. Even the most advanced drone surveillance has struggled to track it. Its heat signature too faint, its movements too clever. Despite its modest size, the sandcat is a capable and lethal hunter. It ambushes with sudden bursts of speed, up to 40 kilometers per hour in short sprints, targeting small mammals, birds, and even venomous snakes. With lightning-fast paw strikes, it can stun a horned viper, then clamp its jaws onto the neck with unshakable precision. One clean bite ends the fight. And unlike other cats, it rarely drags prey to its den. Doing so would leave traces. Instead, if a kill is too large to finish in one sitting, the cat buries it beneath the sand, It memorizes the spot. Days later, it returns with surgical accuracy. No waste, no risk. The moment no one thought they'd capture. For decades, researchers tried to understand the sand cat's life cycle, but it remained one of the desert's most elusive mysteries. Scientists knew they existed. They occasionally caught glimpses or found traces, but no one had ever witnessed their breeding in the wild. No dens had been confirmed, no kittens had ever been seen. For a species this adapted to secrecy, even proof of reproduction was an unanswered question. That changed in 2015. Deep in the Moroccan Sahara, a team from Panthera and the Rabat Zoo set up infrared camera traps in a region where sandcat sightings had been reported. Days turned into weeks, and then, under the cover of night, a revelation flickered to life on the screen. 3 kittens, barely the size of pine cones, stumbled out from the mouth of a burrow, their wide ears flicking at sounds in the dark. It was the first ever documented footage of sandcat kittens born and raised in the wild. More than a scientific milestone, it was a biological marvel. These tiny lives weren't just surviving, they were thriving in a place where few plants grow, where temperatures swing over 60 degrees in a day, and where predators and dehydration wait at every turn. Against all odds, a species once thought too secretive to study had quietly succeeded in doing what evolution demands, passing on its legacy. Raising a family in a furnace. Survival is one thing, reproduction is another. In the unforgiving deserts where sandcats live, nurturing young isn't just difficult, it's nearly inconceivable. And yet, once mated, the female sandcat performs one of the most improbable biological feats on Earth, raising a litter of kittens in an environment where even adults struggle to survive. After a gestation period of around 60 to 65 days, she gives birth to 2 to 5 kittens in a carefully chosen burrow, often repurposed from other desert creatures. The newborns weigh less than a deck of cards, blind and helpless, but their growth is rapid. By 2 weeks, their eyes open. By 3, they're walking. And by 5 weeks, they're already eating solid food. At just 5 months, the kittens follow their mother on hunts across the sand. She teaches them to move silently, avoid detection, and ambush prey with precision. For 6 to 8 months, this single-parent unit moves as a team, a mobile classroom in survival. Then, the kittens leave, scattering into the emptiness to claim new territories. This generational resilience, honed over thousands of years, ensures that every sandcat is born not just into heat and hunger, but into a living system of skills, timing, and secrecy. Evolution has no room for waste here. What we almost lost. For all their adaptations, sandcats remain acutely vulnerable, not to the desert, but to us. Across much of their native range, populations are quietly shrinking. In some regions, especially parts of Central Asia, sandcats are nearing local extinction, not because of climate, but because of habitat loss, illegal pet trade, and the slow erosion of wilderness by human expansion. Ironically, the very traits that make them invisible to predators also make them invisible to policy. They are hard to count, hard to track, and even harder to protect without long-term data. Their silence, which once ensured survival, now threatens their future. Because in the conservation world, what can't be seen is often left unguarded. Add to this the growing threats of climate change, droughts that reshape rodent populations, invasive species that disrupt delicate ecosystems, and shifting desert boundaries, and the sandcat's stronghold begins to waver. The 2015 discovery of wild-born kittens was not just a scientific breakthrough. It was a reminder that there's still time to act, but not much. To lose the sandcat would be to lose a living blueprint of evolutionary precision, a species that mastered one of the planet's most extreme environments with silence, patience, and grace. In a world designed to erase the weak, the sandcat never demanded attention. It earned survival through silence, stillness, and skill. But what thrives in the shadows can vanish just as quietly. If this story moved you, share it, subscribe for more cinematic wildlife stories, and help us bring attention to the species still fighting, quietly, to exist.